One of the main things that sets the Grand Design Imagines apart from some of the competitors, in my opinion, is the fact that they are made more or less for full-time living. And what I mean by that is, so they have a full-time living warranty, which is something that almost none of the other manufacturers are doing, which means if you're living in this thing, let's say 365 days a year, as opposed to what most of the manufacturers are betting on, camping in it, say 2 or 3 times a year, you have to build a very different product. And today we're going to be looking at the Grand Design Imagine XLS. You can see on the front cap there, and this is a 24 BSE. I'm going to take a look at the inside first, and I'm going to tell you guys some of the things that make this suitable for full-time living that you don't really find with some of the competitors. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. And I'll tell you right now, the first thing that's going to set it apart is going to be the insulation ratings. These campers get a lot cooler than the competitors, and when I say a lot cooler, I'm talking they will temperature test these things in 100 degrees, and they can get down to 60 to 65 degrees, which a lot of people think is kind of salesman BS, let's say. But we've tested it here on our lot. Now, it is going to depend on some things like, for example, what is the ambience outside, right? Is it extremely humid? An AC is just pulling moisture out of the air, so if it's extremely humid, the AC is going to have to work harder. You're not going to quite get to that low 60 to 65 degrees, but because of the insulation they use, and because of the AC system, which is a 15K Furrion with either a pull from the dump or you can send it through the ductwork if you close it off, the temperature in these things is nice. And one of the things that they do to get that, they use batt fiberglass insulation on the roof, and they wrap it all the way down over the front cap, and they put a sheet of thermofoil as well, which reflects UV rays, and that's going to go down over the front cap as well. It gets them to an R40. Your underbelly is going to be an R30, and by the way, notice that there are no holes cut in the floor for your heat ducts. Rather, they're going to pop out of sidewalls here and there, usually one in each room. So one in the bathroom you'll see over under the shower. Then one will be here in the bedroom hiding somewhere. Probably, yep, right there. So that's not letting any more heat or cold air through the flooring, as well as now you're not gathering up dust and crumbs and dirt and pet hairs and things like that that you have to vacuum out later. Another thing that they're doing for the full-time use, you'll notice that the cabinetry here, this is solid wood. All of the front of your drawers, cabinetry, things like this is an extremely solid, even with the glass in the middle of it here. You can feel it, and that's hard to explain over camera, but you can feel the quality difference in something that is actual solid wood. This is European poplar. They've actually got it right here on this sheet, instead of cheap particle or pressed board or whatever. Countertops. These are folded for Micah countertops. No pieces of trim along the countertop that as it gets wet and nasty, it'll start to fall off and mold and mildew and whatever. This stuff's going to last you a lot longer. It's basically an imitation solid surface, so it's lighter and it's not true solid surface, but it works just as well. Let me talk about the floor plan now for a minute. So this is a 24 BSE, again, 2024 model, Grand Design Imagine XLS. This one's got a front dining. You can actually collapse the table down with these little, I don't even know what you call those, little latches, I guess. But you'll see the table will sink down onto these ridges. You can put the cushions on there, and that's actually big enough even for a guy like me. I'm 6'2". A lot of the dinettes I can't sleep on when they collapse because they're not really made for a full-size human. Thomas Paine recliners, which, by the way, there's a new material on these now. It's not that same one that they did for years that just kind of peels off. This is going to last you a lot longer. You've got a heat and massage and an LED light strip on it. So this is more just comfort, but still, you want a nice recliner, and you've also got a spot for cup holders. And by the way, it is facing the TV there. So the BSE, actually the BS in it, I believe, stands for bed slide. So we'll peek into this back room as I open the solid wood door here. I actually had a customer the other day who mentioned that he can tell just by opening the door, because of how heavy it is, that the construction was a little better on these things. So anyways, here's your bed slide in here. So this is kind of for the people that want more of a living space, more of specifically a dining space. And so then they've just kind of got this little slide out, this bedroom tucked in the back of the unit, which does work pretty well. You do still have some hanging storage. Okay, you can knock out this right here. This is just lift and pull out. And then you've got your folding spot there for your pants and stuff like that. There you go, a little bit of storage above the bed as well. And you can see they've got a little spot if you want to, I don't know, set your phone or something on your nightstand there. A little bit of counter space over there as well as some storage. And then a nice mirror. Moving on. So this is worth touching on. You've got a tankless water heater, which is going to give you infinite hot water. Again, this is made with full-time use in mind. If I'm wanting to take a shower in the morning, I want to take like a 30-minute hot shower. I want to start my day off right, okay? And so I can do that in an Imagine. I may not be able to do that in a competitor because if you've got a 6-gallon water heater, you're not really going to have much hot water. You're going to get maybe, 8 minutes max. If I stand in the shower here, the skylight, I'm 6'2". The skylight gives me plenty of room to stand up. I can kind of move around. It's just big enough, I would say. Do I prefer it bigger a little bit? Yeah, because I'm a big guy. But at the same time, I can reach around just fine. I'm not going to be having trouble showering in this on a regular basis. It may take a little bit of getting used to coming from a house, but not bad. If you look at the toilet down here, this is a porcelain toilet. Tap it with my ring. Plastic lid. I always notate that because I had a customer that says, can we get rid of the plastic toilet? Well, it's actually porcelain, just the lid is plastic. That's good too. A lot of the stuff that you need to do for long term is you need to prevent water leaks, whether that's on your seals or on your roof, the seals on your slide outs, your toilets, even like the appliances that you're using. This is solid. I mean, this is metal. This is not just a cheap plastic. You can pull that out. It's hard to show that on camera, but this is made for long-lasting use. This is not just something cheap that they're sticking in the camper. Let's talk about the roof for a minute, and we'll go back outside and take a look at the outside. We'll start with the rear. So the roof material is a TPO material, and it has a limited lifetime warranty on it from Grand Design. This is because TPO does not contract and expand the same way rubber does. So that material stays good throughout the seasons. Now you do have to get up there and wash it and replace your cutouts with the Dicor. That's what you'll use there. But you have a limited lifetime warranty on your roof. You've also got a ladder on the back, which, as I've mentioned in some previous videos, a lot of companies will use a hung wall on the back, or they won't have a fully walkable roof, which is standard on all Grand Design, by the way. A lot of times it's a pass-through wall. There's no insulation in your back wall. So not only is Grand Design laminating and insulating their back wall, they're making a fully walkable roof. So it's easy to put a ladder on there. You need to get access to your roof to maintain your seals and make sure you're not getting little rips and things on your cutouts for your AC and your skylight and things like that. So if you can't get to your roof because your roof isn't fully walkable, or because your back wall isn't insulated, or it's not sturdy enough to hold the ladder, that's a problem. But again, this is made for the full timing. Here's your 30 amp power connection right there. You've also got a receiver hitch here, which is rated for 300 pounds. This is not meant for towing. Don't get that confused. There's no 4-pin here for trailer lights. That's kind of the cheat code to know whether it's intended for towing or not. Manual stabilizing jacks on the rear and on the front. Why would a company cheap out and go with manual instead of electric? Well, electric, when it breaks, not if it breaks, when it breaks, is going to be a lot more expensive and difficult to replace. Whereas these, not only are they rated for more weight, but there's just a few bolts on the side. You undo the bolts, you replace new bolts. Once you put the new stabilizing jack in there, and boom, you're good to go. So for long-term use, this is going to be your best option. You got your tank levers and your dump right there. You are going to have one towards the front because, again, it's a front kitchen and the bathroom's in the rear. So you've got one gray and black tank there and then one gray tank up there. By the way, that's a little storage there for your sewer hose, or your stinky slinky, as they call it. Okay, Goodyear tires. These are Goodyear Endurance. They have a 5-year warranty. The first year is no questions asked. The red drum that you see right there, that is indicating the anti-lock brake system that they now have on the 24 models of the Imagines. Super useful, again, for the long-term use. You've got the nice tires. You've also got galvanized steel up in your wheel wells here. So God forbid you ever do have a blowout despite the nice tires, or despite, as we're about to look at, the TPMS system that you can get, monitoring your tire pressure, which is a common reason for blowouts. Even if you do have a blowout, maybe there's a nail on the road, you get a blowout. You got galvanized steel up in there protecting the inside of your camper. So if you've got electronics or something above that, now you're protected. Whereas I've seen Wildwoods, for example, come in and their electronics are no bueno, because after getting a blowout, that takes out all those electronics. Blowouts can be nasty, so that galvanized steel is super useful. Okay, pass-through storage. It's a little smaller on this one because you got your front kitchen. You do have, by the way, another TPO-based material in here. They call this tough ply. That'll protect you from scratching up your surface if you've got something like that little crank down there. But anyways, tools, what have you in the front. You're always going to have your outdoor shower. That'll be your water. You can either do a tank fill, or if you're at a park or something, your city water, you can run that down through here. That way you close up your baggage doors and then just run that down to the nozzle. You've got a battery disconnect. This is on right now. I've got it plugged in because we want power to the 12 volt. That way our lights are on inside. Your solar disconnect, I actually didn't touch on this. So you've got the 12 volt fridge inside, which runs off of battery. You've got a solar charge controller and a solar panel up on your roof, which is going to be charging your battery. If you want to turn off that solar, you can. The reason it's out right now, turned off, is because we don't actually have a battery on the unit. I just have it hooked up to a jumper pack. But if you have a battery on your camper, I wouldn't pull that out for any reason. I'd leave it in and let the sun do its thing. Then I hinted at the TPMS a second ago. There's prep for a tire link. You can get the package that'll have the stems for the tires, and that way you can monitor your tire pressure based on parameters that you set from an app that you can get on your phone. So finally, if we're looking at the front here, you got an electric tongue jack, lights for at night. Then of course your propane, your battery will mount right there. So once again, there are a lot of features, whether it's the laminated and insulated walls and slide outs. By the way, the top of your slide out is fully walkable, just like the roof is. Whether it's the cabinetry, the solid surface countertops, or rather imitation solid surface, the full-time warranty, galvanized steel, a lot of these things go towards making this camper excellent for full timing. Me personally, I wouldn't touch anything but a Grand Design right now. I am biased, okay, but take it for what it is. This is the 24 BSE, so you got two slides here. We'll do one more quick look on the inside for those of you that want to see it just one more time, and I'll kind of go through here slowly. But if you guys have any questions, by the way, on this unit or on Grand Design, feel free to reach out to us. If you're watching on YouTube, just put something in the comments and we'll reach out to you there. If you are watching on the website or on Facebook or something, feel free to give us a call. You can find our number on the website. And if you want to ask for Micah, that's my name, I'm happy to help you out as well. Answer any questions that you guys may have. So I didn't mention the door, by the way, earlier. Super nice to have the door in the restroom, especially if somebody comes in here and you know, makes it not smell very nice. You can open up that door and let it out. Of course, you do have a vent, just saying. But anyways, okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Yeah, take care.